Right, let's get started. Okay, now, as you know, we've started a new tried and tested page on YouTube. It's basically just to try and gain a bit of interest in our label and what we do, the tracks that we do, the events that we do. So I've decided to start something basic, just show you how to load a kick, your percussion, your bass, well, what I do to do that. It's quite simple really. Right, just get started because obviously YouTube you're limited to I think 15 minutes or something. Now with your kicks, a lot of people make their own kicks. Me, I don't do my own kicks. Well, I do, but I find it a lot easier if you just sample a kick. A lot of people have told me in the past, if you hear a tune that you like the kick in it, then rip it from the tune. It's no biggie really. They're probably sampled from other tracks anyway, but so many samples are used in all different types of tracks. This kick is pretty spot on, to be fair. Whoa. Right, obviously speed that up. Change the tempo. Now, when you sample your kicks, hang on a minute, let me just sort this shit out. Yeah, see the length of it's just empty. There's no wave there. It's basically because I've sampled the kick and then where I exported it. Say the kick sample was when I cut it, it was about that big. But when I exported it, just make it like that. Because a lot of the time when you do a kick, if you were to export it like that, it would have a little like click on the end. And obviously you don't want that because it's just interfere with the mix down procedure and all of that. Okay, percussion. Vengeance. It's the way forward. Now with Vengeance, all of their samples, they're all processed. In other words, that means that they're all like mainly compressed and all the sounds. There's not basically you don't really need to do much. If it sounds shit, then get rid of it because there's look how many samples you've got here. I've got over 100 samples here. If one sounds crap, I'm not going to spend hours trying to make it sound good because I know there's going to be one in there that's just going to fit straight away. Yeah. So what you should do is just play through all of them like this. As soon as you hear one you like, just pick it. Yeah, that sounds alright. Number 28. Get up. I usually make these quite stabby, just so it's just a cleaner sound when it comes through, so it doesn't overlap with anything. With your samples as well, is you see where I'm rolling them off. I'm rolling them off because again it doesn't have that click. As well, you see that I'm dropping audio in. Should have mentioned that. I don't use a sampler for my samples simply because things like Contact, yeah, they're really good things to use for things like basses and stuff like that. But I find with your percussion and your kicks, it loses a bit of quality in the audio. So it's a pain in the. It's got pros and cons on both sides, but I find it's so much better to have it with audio because I think, well, you can just have more fun with it usually. Let's go through these. Right, you want it kind of soft because what I'm going to do, you want a soft one, number 22 I think it was. It's basically because you need to have that little roll. Kind of makes it sound rolling. So if you listen to that and then you put this with it, gives it that roll. Now obviously this is bog standard, yeah, so you can play around with that for ages, like a very long time. Try loads of different things, like you could try and, I don't know, drop it in there as well. Maybe drop it there. Just keep it simple for the moment. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit here for ages because we ain't got much time, to be fair. 6 sounds alright. Now obviously where I'm just throwing these in, I'll probably go back and change these because when you're building a track, when you've got the bass, the lead, the synth sounds, and all of that, you probably not going to be happy with the samples, and you'll go back and change them. I do that quite a lot, to be fair. See, I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to get rid of that straight away. See, it's literally just, don't faff around with it. If it sounds rubbish, just change the sample, man. Because there's no point in faffing around with the sound, because like I said, they're all processed already, so they're not going to fit. I don't like that either. 20 sounded alright. Yeah, that'll do for now. Fuck it. Now, whilst you're doing this, see, like, this is a basic thing now, but what I usually do, mute the kick. Now you see it's hitting this ceiling, right? That line, I call it a ceiling. Call it whatever you like. Basically, it's hitting as high as it should go. Obviously, it's hitting the red, but if you were to put that up, it's going out of, like, over the ceiling. So you don't want that, because it'll be a pain in the fucking arse to get your mix down sorted. So what I usually do is I go by the master, not the master, sorry, the main output. Now, obviously, don't ever touch the main output volume. I don't know why, but I just know you can't touch it, because it'll fuck around with your mastering and all that. What you should do is get it to about -7, -6. It's -7 now, so spot on. Bring all the samples in one at a time. Obviously that's too loud, so turn it down. Just keep checking that. See, if I try and keep that to -7, then I know my kick, everything's just surrounding the kick nicely, which is exactly what you want. And now the clap. Just mute it all. Right, another thing as well, don't know about anyone else, but me personally, I'll take the bottom end off everything, yeah? So take the bottom end off all the percussion, apart from your kick and your bass, maybe sometimes on your bass, because some bass sounds can be well bottom ending, it can interfere with the kick, or obviously you can use a lot of side chain, and that will sort the problem out. But yeah, everything, even your leads, your synths and everything, drop bottom end. Like, some people are probably sitting there going, fuck you know, how much bottom end you take? But whatever, I do it my way, you do it yours. But that's how I do it. It's because I know there's no bottom end frequencies that are going to interfere then. Do you know what I mean? It's just going to be the kick and the bass of those bottom ends. Sorry, I'm a bit ill, so I might keep coughing. Right, so yeah, basic done. Like, obviously, if it sounds bland, then you can always add, I don't know, like Nexus, for instance. They've got these, I'll drop a Nexus in now quick, actually. Let's have a look. Obviously, you've got to get the expansion pack for it, but they've got expansion packs where, where we go? Where is it? The drum loops. Now, you've got all these expansion packs where at the bottom, if you hear, like, you can always drop a few of them in, do you know what I mean? It's no biggie, like. Bloody hell. I'm ill. Not good. Let's do a long line. Make sure the volume's, like, down with the rest of the stuff. So it gives it that little bit of body. So yeah, simple really, like, smash it like that, done. Drops it good in. And obviously, you have little cut-up sounds. So you bring some of that. Like, cut-up sounds, the things where there's like, on the drop bit, so it's kind of like, yeah, hang on, things like that, do you know what I mean? So yeah, do a few of them. So just drop it, because it makes it more interesting for the DJ to mix as well, do you know what I mean? It's just one of those things that we love to do as DJs, our little cut-ups and shit. Now, keeping in mind this is proper standard. I've got a thing about doing this a lot. You can ask Echo, like, he comes round and I'll do, I don't know, some weird intro. Like, the bars will be all wrong. Like, I'll do, I don't know, like a 9-bar intro. It's a bit crazy. But yeah, stick to the... Right, now, with your basses, Vengeance, again, is probably one of the best things you can get for the sounds, because they're so... they're done to a point already where you can just throw them in, like only a tiny bit of EQing needs to be done, and well, there you go, a bass is done, like. Or you can, again, you can use a Nexus. There's a thing that I found that Echo showed me when he was last in the studio with me, actually. It's a thing called Mono. I'll show you that, actually. Let's fucking crack on with that. How much time we got left? Fuck knows, because I can't read that thing. I'm new to all this shit. Right. Right, that's well too loud. Turn that shit down. Okay. Now with my basses, what I'll do, just do one key. Just do a pattern of one key like this, and then just put it on repeat, and then just work with that. Put the kick, the bass. See, that fucking thing is massive. I'll tell you now, that is one of the best VSTs that I've ever used for a bass. It's so simple to use. You can see how simple it is. I think it's used quite a lot in the electro house scene, actually, the dirty stuff. So you can make them filthy. See, it's pretty much just like that, done. I'm not going to play around with that shit too much, man, let's be honest.